Hello. Hello. My name is Greta Harrison. Welcome to Born Fabulous Podcast. This season, we are celebrating friendship. Our motto is making the world a better place, one friendship at a time. Today, I am so excited to speak with the world-famous entrepreneur, Tim Harris, and his very close friend, Ashten Mizell. Tim just happens to have Down syndrome. Hi, Tim and Ashton. Welcome.
Hello, Greta. Thank you for having us.
I'm so glad to be part of this with you.
Thank you for being here. I will briefly...
Part of this with you.
Thank you for being here. I will briefly start out by asking you guys to talk about yourselves. Ashton, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am Ashten Mizell, and I'm 33. And I am a mama to 3 little kids and a wife. My husband's name is Matt, and our kids are Michaela, who's 6, Noah, who is 4, and Bennett, who is 10 months old. And we currently live in Farmington, New Mexico. A little backstory, I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I went to high school here in Albuquerque and then went to college. And then I got my degree in biology and chemistry thinking I wanted to go to vet school. And I had worked in different vet offices and did different things. And then I started volunteering at the zoo. And then I started teaching some sign language to the gorillas, and it started working, and I was building this amazing relationship with the gorillas and just knew this is what I want to do. And so right around that time I met Matt, we got married, and unfortunately Matt and I didn't think we were going to be able to have kids. But then God performed a miracle and we got pregnant. And so we got to move to San Diego, California. And we spent 5 years there. My husband is a pastor, and so we worked at a church out there. And then he just got the opportunity to move back to New Mexico, closer to family. And he is a head pastor of a church up there. So that's kind of our life in a nutshell. I resigned from the zoo and became a full-time mama. So that is what I do now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's me.
You're a full-time mama, and you are a very good friend, I know.
Yeah.
And Tim, let's hear about you. What have you been up to since we last spoke to your mama? You've had some life changes, so tell us what you've been up to.
I recently moved to Colorado. Well, I'm from here, though, but I'm having fun up there.
Yeah. What else are you doing?
Just let me intervene here. The audience doesn't know. I'm in Virginia, and they are in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Right now, that's why they're together, even though they live apart. Ashton lives in New Mexico, and Tim is now in Colorado, but they're together, and they'll go into why they're together shortly. But so right now, they're together in Albuquerque.
It was tough because I always get sad every time I'm far away from Ashton.
Oh. But now we're together, aren't we?
I know.
Yeah.
We got to reunite today at the Duke City Marathon.
Yep. We just ran a big race today.
Oh, yeah.
Tim ran the 5K and I ran a half marathon today.
That's
so
awesome.
We had a great morning together.
Oh, yeah.
So what else are you up to?
I am dating Megan Bumgars, and we're having fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where are you working?
I work at Golden Beers. It's a brewery and restaurant as a host.
Awesome.
And what about your business, Big Heart Enterprises? You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, my business, Tim's Big Heart Enterprises, motivates and inspires people with awesome abilities like me. And I help that.
And you have spoken for many years around the world, haven't you, Tim?
I have. There was one video on the AOL that got that hit viral, and I had that gave me about 50 to 60 speeches after that viral video came out.
And that had millions and millions of hits, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it did. A lot of people just love the way I inspire the world.
Are you talking about the video where you're dancing to your restaurant?
Yeah, dancing into the restaurant. Yeah.
You want to talk about Tim's Place? I used to own Tim's Place.
That was 5 years ago.
Wow. And how long did you have Tim's place?
I had it since 2010.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, and the hugs are the best part.
They were the best part.
But guess what? They did not disappear. They're still with me.
That's right.
I will always hug the world, especially this one right here, my best friend.
Oh, why don't you tell the audience, Tim? You used to count hugs. How many hugs did you have by the time you stopped counting?
Oh, jeez.
It was 75,004 hugs.
Wow.
4 hugs?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know the exact number.
Yeah, there's a video that they had the last count.
Wow. Well, we will make sure we put these appropriate videos on the page that bornfabulous.com will have for Ashton and Tim. So,
yeah.
And why don't we also tell the audience, you mentioned that you're dating Megan Baumgar. Some of the people may not know who she is. I think most of them would, but some may not. So why don't you tell everybody who Megan is?
Megan is a reality TV show star of the A&E's Born This Way.
And she's also an entrepreneur like you, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
She's a speaker, and she's winning the Quincy Jones Award next month, too.
From Global. Yes, she is.
I won that 5 years ago. Now it's her turn.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
Are you going to be there?
She asked me to be her date on the red carpet.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting. You're going to wear a cute tux?
Maybe.
Okay, why don't we, before we launch into the conversation that we're about to have, let's hear about this race today, because I understand there was something unusual with this race.
Oh, Tim, yeah, show the picture.
It's funny. I'll have to show the picture.
Tell them how you ended up with that. What happened?
I lost a bet. No, I lost a bet, and I had to wear a tutu.
It's Tim with a tutu and a cape on.
Yep. I belong to the Duke's Track Club here in Albuquerque.
Yep. So Tim looked like a rock star crossing that finish line. Everybody loves him today.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
He was a star.
And I also had a GoPro on my head because we got some video from the start and all that. It was fun.
That's awesome.
That is great. And so, Tim, did you just have a tutu in your closet, or how did that happen?
I bought that in Walmart.
Oh, yeah. So let me tell the story. This last week, Tim texted me and said, Ashton, I have some really bad news. Something really bad just happened. So I got so scared, dropped everything, called Tim right away, and said, Tim, what's going on? And he said, oh, I lost a bet, and I have to wear a tutu to my race. Finger. So he said, I'm at Walmart buying a tutu. I was like, Tim, that is not bad news. You gave me a heart attack. He does that kind of stuff to me all the time. I have the best news. I have the worst news. He messes with me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. But apparently that was some really bad news.
It was fun.
I secretly think Tim loved wearing the tutu.
Oh, yeah.
Make it a tradition, Tim.
Yeah, every race you wear that tutu.
Maybe.
That's really, really, really good.
Oh,
yeah.
So you can already tell by your laughter together and how much you love each other. Let's hear how you met, how long you've known each other, how and where you met. Let's hear that story.
I think it was in the year 2000.
It was the year 2000. Tim and I were in high school and freshman year, and I worked at a restaurant called Red Robin, which was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I worked there, and pretty much every Sunday around 5 o'clock, Tim and his family used to come into the restaurant. And I recognized him from school because we went to the same high school together, and I had kind of recognized him. And so after a couple of weeks of seeing Tim and seeing his family, I just started talking to them and getting to know Tim. And one day I asked him, Tim, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do with your life? And he said, I want to own a restaurant, And I want it to be just like Red Robin, except I want it to have breakfast, lunch, and hugs. And I remember thinking that is so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So Tim left that day, and I just remember thinking, like, Tim needs to work here. He needs to work at Red Robin. And so they had never had anybody with Tim's ability before working at the restaurant. And so we had to work hard, but with the persistency of Tim's awesome parents, Keith and Jeannie, and we kind of went up and up and up with management of Red Robin, and we got Tim a job. And our manager at the time was really awesome, but I told him, I'll do everything. I'll schedule Tim whenever I am working at Red Robin, and I will take care of him. I'll make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, greeting people. I was a host at the hostess at the time, so Tim was going to host with me and greet people and open the door, and I knew Tim was going to be so great at that. So we did. We worked at the restaurant pretty much every Saturday and Sunday. If you came into Red Robin, you would see Tim and I. And Tim held the door open and seated people and greeted people, gave little kids balloons every weekend. It was such a special time. So Tim and I just started developing this amazing friendship while working together. And then I started driving him to and from work. And that was really when just our special memories happened. We learned we loved to sing songs together. And a lot of times Tim would print me lyrics off from different Disney movies, because Tim was a huge Disney buff. So he would print me lyrics of Jasmine, and he would have Aladdin. And so he would give me these lyrics and tell me, you have to learn this song, Ashton. So I would go home and learn the song, and then we would roll down the windows and we'd sing the Disney song home almost every weekend. So it was so special. We would go get ice cream across the street after our shift was over. A lot of times we would eat at Red Robin after we got done working. We'd have our burgers together. So we just developed this amazing friendship. And I quickly realized how special Tim was going to be in my life. And so then after that, I would see Tim at school. You know, we have this relationship on the weekends at work, but then I would see Tim at school, and he had kind of a hard time at school. Tim would get bullied by some kids, and he just was having a little bit of a harder time. And so same thing kind of happened. I went to our student government. This was probably a year or so later, our sophomore year, and said, I really want Tim to be on Senate with me. Can he be on Senate? And they kind of thought, well, that's different. You know, we just have never had anybody with Tim's ability on Senate. And I said, I'll do everything. I'll take care of him. Let's do it. And so we talked to Keith and Jeannie, and Tim got on our student council, and and he did amazing. And it really, that I feel like changed Tim's kind of high school career. And Tim then became the most popular kid in our school, one homecoming king, one student of the year.
The mascot. I was the mascot for the basketball games.
He was the mascot for the basketball games. So that's a little bit how we met and how our friendship kind of started. It was really through high school, through working together. And then it has continued on. So
that is such a cool story. Tim, what is your input on that? What would you like to say about how you met Ashton?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was.
Did you used to like working with me?
I love working with Ashton because she makes my life a lot more awesome. She makes me feel happy, and always love giving Ashton my hugs.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's awesome.
Was she like the perfect friend at the perfect time for you?
I wanted to have a best friend that I always wanted to mess around with, and I got that.
Oh.
I got that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. They just held hands up together. That is so sweet. So how often do you guys talk to each other, see each other? You do live in different states now, but that doesn't make your friendship any less special, does it?
No,
it's hard. It's hard, but we make it awesome.
We do. We talk a lot, don't we?
Oh, yeah. And I remember it was in February. I got to speak with Ashton and our uncle Tim too, to the kiddos.
That's right.
It's awesome. They all love their Uncle Tim.
That's right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Our relationship never stopped after high school. I would say, Tim went away to college in Roswell for 4 years, and I stayed here. But we stayed close. I took trips down to Roswell and would hang out with Tim and all of his crazy little college buddies, and we'd go out to dinner and we'd have
That was some good fun. That's in my years of college. That's when I first met. I got to meet Matt.
Yes.
And I told Matt, you take care of my best friend.
That's right.
Because my best friend means a lot to me. And that happened.
That's right. Yeah. We did. So Tim and I have just stayed close through all of life's transitions of marriage and me having kids and us moving. We've taken trips to see each other. We've just really had to be intentional, because we do live far apart, but we text each other all the time. Tim sends me crazy videos all the time. Wants me to make crazy videos all the time. But we do. We talk on the phone. We text each other almost every day, every week, and we make special trips and make it a priority to see each other and keep involved in our lives. And like Tim mentioned, our kids, Tim is a huge part of our family. And a huge part of our kids' lives. And so we make sure to FaceTime Tim so he can see the kids a lot because he's such a big part of our lives.
That's awesome right there.
Let's talk about your friendship, if you don't mind. Let's talk about, I think you have some nicknames for each other. Is that right?
Yes. What do we call each other?
Ashton always calls me her special monkey.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. It's awesome.
I think it started because I was working at the zoo. I'm not really sure. Monkeys really are my favorite. And Tim's my favorite. So I started calling him my monkey, and he started calling me monkey. And then we also have our little thing we said each other, which is BFFL 1 and 2, which is best friend for life. So if you know anything about Tim, which we'll talk about,
awesome.
He talks to everybody and tells everybody that they're his best friends. But we really are best friends for life. We're not going anywhere. Friendship is going to be with us forever.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was something we made up when we were in high school. So we'll text each other, hey, BFFL, hey, BFFL. So
it was awesome.
That's definitely been our little nicknames for one another.
Oh, yeah.
It's been really sweet.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome right there.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Tim, I'm going to guess you're number 1 and Ashton is number 2. Is that correct?
Always, yeah.
Always. Always. Oh my gosh.
And that number 3.
Matt's number 3.
Oh yeah.
Matt's number 3. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, give us some examples of what you guys like to do together.
What do we like to do together?
We went to see Moana at 10 o'clock at night. That was awesome.
Yeah, so we love to watch movies, especially Disney movies. Disney movies have just a special place in our heart. Like I said, we love to sing Disney songs, so we love to see Disney movies together.
Oh, yeah.
So, there was one time I came into town and we went to a late night Moana movie.
It was fun.
It was fun.
She was in town surprising one of our friends that we known for a long time.
Yeah. So we went to the movies, but we do. We like to go to movies. Tim loves, of course, like making videos. So anytime we're together, we make videos, we sing songs. We like going out to eat together. That was something we did a lot in high school, going out to eat together. We used to double date a lot in high school together, so that was always really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Tim loves playing with our kids now, so we went sledding this winter. We love sledding and snowmobiling together.
Oh, yeah, snowmobiles. I had a cabin in Taos.
Yes.
But now it's gone now.
Yeah, but we used to go snowmobiling. We used to go skiing together.
Yeah.
We like to do all the things. Tim is up for whatever we want to do. So he's fine just staying home and hanging out or going out and doing crazy things. So
oh yeah.
we definitely do not lack fun when we're together, do we?
Heck no. We don't.
Heck no.
Heck no.
I think I've seen a video of you throwing snowballs at each other that we'll definitely have to put on the website.
I think you know who orchestrated that.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
oh yeah.
You're so silly.
Love is a potion.